Good evening, dear sisters and brothers. Welcome to the evening session of Being Heartful Every Day with Swadhyaya. As we have begun a new week, we pause to acknowledge the inner work of the past one. In the last week, through the theme of Map of the Journey, we had explored how Babuji Maharaj revelations illuminate the architecture of inner evolution. We reflected on the subtle movements of consciousness, the refinement of sensitivity, the awakening of inner guidance, and the master's silent role in navigating the subtler realms within. This week, we shifted gently into the new theme, which is interest and restlessness. So, if the map shows us where we journey, this new theme teaches us how we walk the path every day. Every spiritual journey begins with the interest, a natural pull towards something more deeper, something meaningful. And yet, as Daji often reminds us, wherever there is interest, restlessness may also arise. These two forces, though opposite in appearance, are deeply interconnected. Interest is the heart's way of saying yes to evolution. Restlessness is the mind's way of seeking direction. Together they create movement. The early spiritual journey often begins with restlessness, a feeling that something is missing, a desire for clarity, purpose, or inner peace. And when this restlessness is channeled properly, it transforms into sincere interest in practice, discipline, and inner work. As Abhyasis, understanding the dance between interest and restlessness helps us stay steady, inspired, and receptive on the path. In Heartfulness Way, interest is not mere curiosity, it is a spark of the soul. It keeps the heart awake, the mind focused, and the inner aspiration alive. Restlessness, when misunderstood, can feel like a disturbance. But when viewed through the lens of Babuji's teachings, it becomes a sign of inner stirring, a gentle push from nature urging us to move forward. This theme matters because it helps us understand our inner states. Why do some days feels inspired and others unsettled? Both are part of the spiritual growth. It refines our attitudes in practice. Interest draws us inward, and restlessness pushes us to introspect and correct. When interest deepens, practice becomes more natural. When restlessness is clarified, the heart remains steady. Often, restlessness surfaces when something is being prepared inside, a new stage, a new sensitivity, a new clarity. Therefore, this week we learn how to honor both interest and restlessness, not resisting either, but allowing them to lead us toward greater inner maturity. Restlessness is often misunderstood. We think it means imbalance or a disturbance or a lack of discipline. But in heartfulness, restlessness frequently arises when the heart is shedding old impressions, the inner condition is shifting, a deeper aspiration is emerging, or the next stage of growth is approaching. Restlessness is like soil open before a seed sprouts. It may feel uncomfortable, but it is a sign of movement. And when we observe it without fear or judgment, it becomes a teacher. It helps us adjust, introspect, and align ourselves with the Master's inner work. Interest draws us forward, and restlessness pushes us forward. And together they keep the inner journey dynamic. Dear sisters and brothers, as we begin this new theme, let us gently invite others to explore it with us. A small invitation to meditation, to the master classes, or the BHED sessions may open a doorway for someone else's interest to awaken. In sharing, we extend Master's work from heart to heart. This reading is going to be from the book Heartfulness Way, Book 2 by Daji. And just before that, a gentle awareness that the additional reading material and videos of River Daji are available on this theme, which you can access on the Heartfulness app under the Sunday tab dated 7th December. We will now start the reading from the book. And since the text is not going to be displayed on the screen, therefore, we encourage everyone to keep their own copy nearby. And we are resuming our reading from page number 50 from chapter 3 Approach and Attitudes Needed. Interest and restlessness. Daji, what attitudes do we need for this journey? And what sort of an approach is required? Values. They value time, opportunity. But what about in the spiritual field? Is the approach any different? In particular, how is it that some people have so much enthusiasm for meditation while others can take it or leave it, even when they know it is good for them? When I started meditation almost 50 years ago, my trainer shared with me, in banking, you invest principal and you get interest. Whereas in meditation, you invest interest and you get principal. It all depends on interest. Many people believe that we don't achieve our goals because we lack willpower, and that is partly true. But willpower is a limited resource, while interest is not. Interest gives fuel to our efforts. Does a little child need willpower to eat ice cream? Interest is all that is needed. The same is true for exercise, healthy eating, and good sleep habits. Interest drives us. I often hear, I don't have time to meditate. Do you have time to take a shower, brush your teeth, eat breakfast, text your friends, and check your Instagram account? Time is not the issue. A busy life is not the issue. In fact, studies show that very successful people are able to focus on the highest use of their time and ignore distractions because they meditate. The issue is setting priorities. We set the right priorities when we appreciate the urgency and taste the benefits. Also, it's human nature to choose short term rewards over long term rewards. When interest is paired with restlessness to reach the goal, it magnifies our efforts. It keeps us aware of what is important amidst many other priorities. It is like a small boy who wants a toy car for his birthday. He will go to sleep with the awareness of that car. He will dream of that car and he will wake up with the thought of it. He may not think about it all the 24 hours, but it's always in the back of his mind. Similarly, when you are attuned to the goal, you will catch every hint to help you progress. It may seem paradoxical that impatience and constant restlessness are necessary to arrive at a state of peace and calm. Intense longing creates restlessness, allowing no peace till the goal is achieved. To arrive at eternal peace, we cultivate inner restlessness and impatience. Dear sisters and brothers, with this, we'll pause the reading. Let the sense of the reading sink gently into your heart. We will now offer the universal prayer with love and sincerity. All brothers and sisters are being filled with love and devotion, and the real faith is growing stronger in them. सभी भाई बहन प्रेम और भक्ति से भर रहे हैं और उनमें सच्ची श्रद्धा दृढ़ होती जा रही है. May the spark of true interest awaken within every heart, and may restlessness be transformed into aspiration and clarity. Dear sisters and brothers, before resting tonight, take a few moments to offer the reflections of the day and the bedtime prayer, acknowledging, resolving, and resting in Master's remembrance. Dear sisters and brothers, thank you for joining the evening session. And as we begin this new theme of interest and restlessness, may our hearts open to subtle inner guidance. May our interest deepen into aspiration, and may any restlessness transform into a sacred movement toward the center. We look forward to being together again tomorrow for the morning session at 6 a.m. Until then, wishing you all a very good night and a good rest. Thank you.